How to run a safe and successful open. When it comes to hosting an open house, there's so much more than just setting up an open house sign and leaving the door unlocked. In today's video, I'm going to discuss benefits, tips, and tricks to make your actual open house go successful, market it, boost your home sales. Stick around, we're diving into it right now. Open houses are important, and it's very vital that you do it today in today's market and you stay on top of it. You want to be relevant. I'm going to give you 8 tips that go hand in hand with how to run a successful open house. Tip number 1, clean and stage the listing. On open house day, the listing should be neat, tidy, and clean before any foot traffic makes the way through the house. Have the home seller declutter any visible areas and remove all personal items from view so they can actually imagine themselves in it. Serious buyers need to visualize themselves living in the space, so depersonalizing it actually gives them that blank canvas to see themselves in it. Tip number 2, greet open house attendees at the front door. Make sure you're not sitting and you're standing there, you're looking presentable, and you're ready to talk to people. A warm, friendly greeting at the door provides an instant connection with the potential client and makes them feel more comfortable. Make sure that all the lights are on in all the rooms, address any funky smells, take cleaning seriously because that matters, and serve refreshments. Fresh baked cookies are my favorite, and if they're your favorite, those people coming in are going to enjoy those as well. It's a great choice for open houses. Tip number 3, upon entry, make sure you have something printed professionally that they can touch. Offer visitors a professional printed pamphlet that outlines key points about the property along with your contact information. Experienced real estate professionals know that a simple flyer can leave a lasting impression. Print still works. Don't rely on digital. Tip number 4, be prepared. You're likely going to have to answer questions about the property, the neighborhood, and the real estate market in general during your open house. Inevitably, people are going to ask you questions and you want to make sure you appropriately answer them and confidently. You don't want to sound like you don't know what you're talking about. So it's very important that you print up the seller property disclosure information so you look like you know what you're talking about when people have questions. Tip number 5, research the neighborhood beforehand. It's not hard, it's not complicated. We're talking 15 to 30 minutes. You can go drive around or use Google Maps. Prospective buyers who don't live nearby will likely have the most questions about what the property offers or what's nearby the location. They want to see that someone's living there, so you're thinking about schools, restaurants, and recreational activities that they're going to be able to do with their friends, family, or kids. Tip number 6, gauge the interest of the visitors as they're leaving the house. Leave a lasting impression that makes all the difference in future contacts and real estate agent leads. Leaving with a smile or a nice genuine greet or appreciate them for coming goes a long way. So don't pretend like you don't see them on the way out and make simple small talk so they remember you. Tip number 7, exchange contact information with all your visitors. Encourage them to follow you on your social networks. Also, get their information to follow them on social networks. That way you can keep up with the client and they'll be able to keep up with some potential homes in the future that maybe you have on your social media. Second part of that is make sure you get them to sign in when they come into the open house. Put it on the sellers as a requirement to make sure people are entering the door. Don't make it a big deal, make it required. Get their information either physically or digitally. Either way, you need their information and follow up with the client. Tip number 8, marketing. Post the listing on real estate sites, on your social media pages, email your database, spread the word, even consider showing up an hour early by letting the neighbors come in. It's called Nosy Neighbor. I'm sure you heard of it. If you haven't, Google it. It's simple. It's easy. Hopefully you found some of those tips to be helpful. Those are 8 tips to make sure that you stand out at an open house. They can be very powerful if you do them in the right way. Greet the guests, show excitement, make sure you can answer effectively, talk about it ahead of time on social media, and encourage people to attend. That's how you do an effective open house. I'm Kobe with Inspiring Agent. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you real soon.